Angela Aguirre is an author of Confessions of a Firework and a podcast host. Please give it up for Angela Aguirre.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me, Kamari. I'm going to start off with the poem that's dedicated to all my sisters here today doing poems. I'm not going to be able to do this. I can project, I promise. This is called There Will Be Poems. If you are to date a poet, be forewarned, there will be poems. Seems obvious enough, but many men find it surprising when they come so quickly, the poems, that is. The poems are always a source of confusion. The first few will always mention flutter by moments, a mouthful of sugar and goose-bumped flesh. Their metaphors will be wrapped tightly in hope. These will be the poems you will want to remember. Rejoice in them. Let them roll around on your tongue so you can savor their sticky, sweet taste. Give them a home in your memory and repeat them back to us when we forget why we wrote them. There will be days when we forget why we wrote them. The poems that follow will expose you in a way you did not sign up for. Nothing will be too sacred, not your mother, your childhood, or your birthmark. We will try to piece you together, build you up so we can tear you back down line by line. We will find connections you never knew were there. We will turn them into a stanza. We will turn you into a metaphor. A room full of strangers will know what your sex tastes like. We will tell them how you made us come. They will know the smell of your orgasm before they even know your name. As time goes by and poems pile up, you will find the ones that reveal the most will not recall the way our bodies dance in summer sweat, or the way your fingertips whisper spells onto the surface of my skin. No, they won't even be the ones that make mockery of your manhood. You will feel most violated by the poems we write about ourselves. You will watch us give away our softest parts willingly to an audience, and you will recall the warfare in our eyes when you first asked us for our name. You will recall the moments of silence between us, and you will not understand how I so easily surrender myself to a notebook and a room full of strangers, only to deadbolt the lock on my secrets in front of you. Our most intimate moments will not belong to us. You will accept it. You will know now how to feel about this. Accept it. Accept me. I will release those moments to a room full of ears because I was not given another way to make sense of things. You will need to learn to embrace the poem you have become. We are a poem now. You will be on stage even when you aren't. Find comfort behind the mic and warmth beneath these bright lights. Make home of these listeners, and if ever you feel I am detached, you will always be able to find me in my notebook. Thank you. This is a poem that I wrote at my lowest point, at a point that I no longer wanted to be here, and I find that sometimes we can save ourselves. Dear Angela, you are divine. A gift from God, a light in the darkness. You are a miracle. The perfect verse over the perfect beat. You are the greatest love story ever told. The greatest woman to ever live in your skin. You are phenomenal. The way you love others should be the blueprint you use to love yourself. You deserve to be loved. Holy, worshipped like the goddess that you are. You deserve to be loved. I say this again because you seem to forget it so often. You are worthy of the same quality of love you give everyone else. Angela, your heart is an ocean. It is deep and full of life. So immense that parts of it have not yet been explored, and that is okay. Stop trying to give it away so easily and without collateral. You deserve an ocean in return. Stop settling for puddles. Stop trying to love them into lakes. Angela, you are enough. Without your poems, your book, your TED Talk, without your talented friends, without a man in your life or a job with benefits, you alone are enough. No matter how broken your Spanish, no matter how many colleges book you or not, no matter how many students you reach, how popping your highlight is, or if the wings of your eyeliner are even or not. You alone are enough. Why is this so hard for you to believe? Is it because your father left? Is it because your mother was never taught how to be one? You are not a mistake. You have made many. Each have brought you closer to today. That's something else you need to know, mija. The most important day in your life will always be today. Too often you let your depression rob you of it. Dear Angela, stop letting your depression rob you. Depression is just possession without all the religion attached. You can fight the darkness, but only with the light. Dear Angela, I know you so often feel stuck in the space between mediocrity and greatness. Let me make myself clear. There is nothing mediocre about you. Fear is the enemy of greatness. Stop letting it hold you back. Fear is quicksand. It will swallow you whole if you let it. Do not let it trick you into forgetting who you were born to be. Dear Angela, stop letting questions consume you. Time is better spent looking for answers. To find them, look within. You already have inside you everything you need to survive this. One day you will heal. You will learn to heal, and when you do, it will be glorious. Dear Angela, you are still a poet, even when you haven't written in months. Your worth is not determined by your productivity. You are eternal. You will live forever through your words. Decades from now, a little brown girl with broken Spanish, just like yours, will do a report on you. She will open your book and it will transform into a mirror. She will see herself reflected back in your story, and she will know that hers matters. On presentation day, she will be nervous. Her hands will shake, but she will stand in front of her class and recite this poem out loud anyway. She will replace your name with her own, and the doubt will fade away. The little girl will know in that moment that she is unstoppable. Dear Angela, you are important. Your work is important. Your life is important. And I know you don't believe that right now, but if you just fight a little longer, I promise you will find the light again. I promise you will learn to shine it on the world, and when you do, you will thank me for writing this. You will know that it saved you. Love, Angela. You know, these women here today mean a lot to me, and we have history of listening to each other's poems and being inspired by one another's words and just being filled up. And it's an honor for me to share this microphone with them and to be asked to be here today. So how many of you know what the word chingona means? Make some noise. Okay, well, if you don't, you're about to find out. Chingona, noun, a Spanish slang term meaning badass woman. Although the word chingona is a Spanish term, it is not limited to Latinas. A chingona is any woman who chooses to live life on her own terms, period. She is the scholar and the hoe at the same damn time, or she is neither. The point is she gets to choose, and whatever choice she makes is the right one. A chingona is unbothered. She is not concerned about your opinion about her use of hood slang in college settings, the length of her skirt at a job interview, nor anybody's bullshit respectability politics. Some chingonas are educated, and others are self-taught. What truly defines us as chingonas is our ability to harness our fire, our chingona fire to be exact. Chingona fire is a revolutionary act, an act of resistance. It is as much about lipstick as it is about fighting the patriarchy. Chingona fire is the ability to convey an entire message with your eyebrow alone. It is switching from Spanish to English mid-conversation, zero fucks given. It is correcting the pronunciation of graceful words on lazy tongues. Chingona fire is running for office and applying for college. It is loving yourself and taking no shit and refusing to apologize for your existence. It is raising your voice when others try to silence it. To be a chingona means you don't usually need any help, but you also ain't afraid to ask for it when you do. It is cruising down with your boulevard in your own lowrider, bumping Selena and rocking the darkest shade of lipstick and the shiniest pair of gold hoops you own. It is showing up to work every day to a job you love, because chingonas, we don't settle. To be a chingona means you have your own. And I don't mean car, house, or business yet, but you own something inside yourself that cannot be taken from you, something that cannot be given away. You own your chingona fire. It is the reason you survive, not because of luck, but because the fire within you burns brighter than the one around you. It is the intimacy of chisme around the kitchen table, the sharing of stories with women who belong to us and women who do. It is the pouring of wine into glasses that will be sipped by lips who have been betrayed. It is the roast that follows. The girl, he was never good enough for you anyway. Chingona fire is communal. It is self-care on Sunday night and beasting a meeting on Monday morning. Chingona fire is mystical and ancient, like rosary beads, y la Santa Maria. Like the protection of Oshun and Yemaya, it is the writing of poems and the sharing of them with rooms full of strangers. It is believing in a power greater than yourself. Chingona fire tastes like simmered onion and garlic, like the recipes passed down to us from generations, not sweet, but savory, like the foundation of every home-cooked meal. Thank you. Yeah.